Hey, I'm Virgo and this is Psychedelic Actualization. On this channel we talk about topics like self-realization, self-actualization and working with psychedelics to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Today I'm gonna show you how I'm doing my Rapé ceremonies. So Rapé is a shamanic snuff, mostly from Mapacho tobacco and mixed with other ashes from different plants. And it's coming from the Amazon jungle, and it gives you a kind of meditative experience. At least that's the part of it that I enjoy and that I am using it for. Because you can use it in many different ways, but I like to use it in a way that I'm doing and creating a ceremony out of it to do it consciously, because you can fall into the habit of doing it recreationally. So I like to do a ceremony out of it, and I like to get into a meditative space with the medicine. And with Rapé it's really interesting because many different people have many different experiences, and for myself too, I have many different experiences with this medicine. Sometimes it's a little bit stronger, sometimes I feel very grounded in my body, sometimes it almost takes me out of my body, sometimes I vomit, sometimes not, sometimes I cry, sometimes it gets really emotional, and sometimes nothing really happens. So it's a really interesting medicine, and there are kind of positive and negative sides to it for me, but if you want to know more about the details of the Rapé and the history of it and all the facts about it, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna shoot many different episodes about it, and also I'm gonna share more life experiences about it. So yeah, what I like to do before my ceremony is to get into a meditative space, just to go into the meditation a little bit before I take the Rapé, to just relax and silence my mind, to get into that meditative space. Then I take a little bit of that Rapé, and I'm gonna do a good dose, I would say, for you guys and for myself. So that's a big pile of Rapé right there, to go deep and show you what it can be like to do a little bit of a higher dose. So the next thing I do is I kind of remove all the big blocks on it, because there are kind of these big things in the Rapé. So I just put it with my kuripe, that applicator is called a kuripe. I just smash those so I have a fine powder in my hand. And then I just scrape half of it into the kuripe so it fills up. I just tap on it so it falls into the kuripe. And kind of before every ceremony, even especially with those kind of doses, my heart is kind of pumping, and I feel kind of my body kind of almost feels like it knows what's going to happen, because the Rapé for me and for everybody is like, it's a really instant effect of it. You just blow it up your nose and you feel the effects instantly. And it lasts for about, let's say, mostly maybe 3 to 15 minutes for me. But sometimes, and for some people, and depending on the ceremony, it can also last up to a couple of hours. So that's really interesting, that there's a wide range of effects of it. So now I put half of it into the kuripe. And now I just like to get into that meditative space and put my intention into the rapé, just to whatever like resonates with you. You can say a prayer that resonates, you can just thank the medicine and pray for its guidance for this journey, or whatever is present in your life right now. You can put that into your intention for the medicine. And I like to set an intention, because the intention for the rapé kind of gives the journey a little bit of a guidance, even if it's just the intention to fully let go. So what I also like to do is use that rapé maybe after work or before I go to work, just to settle in and drop that work persona and just fully be myself, because it brings me right back to this moment, right here, right now, and it's like a forceful focus of presence, but in a really beautiful way. So I set my intention, I pray to the medicine. Last thing I do is I pray for it to open my heart, to silence the mind, and to heal the soul. And then I blow it into my left nostril, and after I fill it up again and blow it into my right nostril, and then I fully surrender and let go into the experience. So that's what I'm gonna do. When you blow it in, you kind of have to block it here so it doesn't get into your breathing ways, but it just stays here. And it goes right up into your brain. My eyes start to tear up. I can really feel my heartbeat. It's really fast. And I just enjoy the silence and relax into the experience. Whew. And it can start to happen that your body starts to vibrate. That is totally normal, and you can burp or even vomit from that experience. And you want to keep it in your nose as long as possible. So you don't want to swallow it, because it's kind of mapacho tobacco and ash. But you want to like have toilet paper ready to just keep it from your nose a little bit, keep it as long as possible, or as long as it feels right, and then snort it out into the toilet paper. And it's always good to have a container if you want to spit it out. It's always good to, yeah, just be prepared and make a kind of ritual out of it. That's what I like to do. And wow, this is really intense, but not too intense. So yeah, rapé is really an interesting medicine. Sometimes it makes me want to shit afterwards, so it kind of does something to my digestive system. And whew, it's not over yet. And yeah, sometimes I like to do it in silence. I like to do it in nature, definitely. And sometimes I like to put on some music, some meditative music, some flutes, some rattles or shamanic music, and just go into that meditation with that intention. It can bring up a lot of emotional release, a lot of physical release. And sometimes it can make me really tired afterwards. Sometimes it can just make me really grounded and present and just active afterwards. So it's just different from time to time. But it's a really interesting medicine. So I hope you got some value out of this life experience from my rapé journey. Yeah. As I said, if you want to know more about rapé or psychedelics in general, also combining a rapé with psychedelics, check out my channel Psychedelic Actualization. I've got some trip reports where I combine it with LSD, with mushrooms, or sometimes even before a DMT ceremony, just to settle in to my body and into my center. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my Instagram, check out the Facebook group. You can donate per PayPal, and I will see you in the next one. Blessings.
Okay, holy moly. I just fell asleep after this rapé for good 2 hours. It was a wild nap with a kind of lucid, weird dream. That was interesting. Wow. I'm not sure.